So apparently, Dave Chappelle steps in it again with his new special on Netflix, The Closer. You know what it is. It's your boy Charles with SoRatch. Just be you. Be comfortable in your own skin and people will love you for it. Let's jump right into it.
So comedian Dave Chappelle facing some backlash once again for including jokes about transgender people and the LGBT.
Yeah, y'all. So I don't know if you've seen that new Dave Chappelle special on Netflix, The Closer, but I recommend you go see it. It's funny as shit. It's enlightening, as always. Dave Chappelle teaches. But you know, there's a big controversy over that. Over his new special. In fact, he himself has said that'll be the last special he does in a while because apparently he really goes in on the transgender community.
About genitalia.
Right.
Tells a story about beating up
and I don't know. I'm not gonna try to look, I'm as liberal as anybody, and I believe the whole purpose of SoRatch is, the whole idea of SoRatch is for a person to be comfortable in their own skin, to be who you are, regardless of whom and what. And people will love you for it. And I believe that for everybody, no matter who you are, if you're transgender, if you're gay, lesbian, or whoever. I believe you should be allowed to be who you are. But at the same time, I'm not transgender, so I don't know if I would get offended, but I'm not too offended by what Dave Chappelle said. Overall, I think Dave Chappelle's point is this one, and I think it's a fair point to my transgender people, is that, yes, you should be allowed, just like all of us should be allowed to be who we are. All of us. And I support that 100%. But at the same time, I think Dave Chappelle, what he's saying is that, you know, you got to give people time to kind of, you know, you can't expect people to just accept it overnight. And that's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. I mean, black folks, we know. I mean, we're still fighting for acceptance. Hundreds of years. But you can't, you know, just like you have the right to feel and be who you are as a transgender person, you know, a person like Dave Chappelle, you know, should have a right to have a struggle with that idea. Not to treat you any differently or anything other than a human being, but to struggle with that idea, because just the world we live in, you know, what we're taught, it's different. You know, I don't personally know any transgender people, but I do know a person who might be close. You know, he was a good friend of mine, and I guess he felt like a woman, so he started dressing like a woman, and that's how he prefers to go around. I don't think he has the surgery yet, but he feels like a woman inside. And I gotta tell you, that was difficult. Not because he was changing into a woman as a man, but he was changing into a whole different person than who I knew. And it was difficult, you know. And, you know, we had honest conversations on how, you know, it's a struggle. And so I guess that's what Dave Chappelle is saying. And I'm not putting words in Dave Chappelle's mouth. But what I got from the whole thing was, look, you know, this thing is hard to accept sometimes. Is it a fact people are born either male or female? That is a fact. We can't get away with that. Right? People are either born a male or female. But it's also a fact that people are born with these, you know, with these feelings, these overwhelming feelings that they're, you know, inside a different body. That, you know, that they're not in the right body. That's a fact. Like, people do feel that way. So both things are true. But when you're, you know, SoRatch, just be you. and people will love you for it. But sometimes it takes people to come around to that. And honestly, I think there needs to be a little bit of understanding on both sides. Because I could see as a straight man, and I could be very honest, that, you know, it feels awkward at first. It does. I mean, I'm not to be disrespectful, but it's awkward for a straight man to grapple with this idea in his head. This is a difficult topic, but I'm sure there'll be more to come. And I just want to be very clear. I support the rights of the LGBTQ community. I support people who are unafraid to be who they are inside. Who are unafraid to be who they are. That's what SoRatch is about. Just be you. You know what it is. It's your boy Charles with SoRatch. Just be you. Be comfortable in your own skin, and people will love you for it. Even if you're LGBTQ plus. Until next time.
Dave Chappelle is doubling down on his jokes amid controversy surrounding his new Netflix special, The Closer.
I ain't never seen a hater, I can show you one. I dream big.